Before I start, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss the twist at the end. And stick around, because what I'm about to tell you changed my life forever. The champagne bubbles clinked against crystal glasses, echoing faintly through the polished wood and soft golden light of our apartment. I should have been elated. My promotion as lead strategist at the firm was a dream realized. But instead, a knot of unease twisted in my stomach. My wife, Elise, CEO of her own company and perpetually in control, had been smiling all week with an intensity that made me uneasy. "There's a surprise," she'd said each night, brushing past me with a mischievous flick of her hair. "Just wait until the day." I thought I was ready for anything. I wasn't. The doorbell rang. I opened it to find a small bouquet of lilies and a card that read, "For your big achievement, my love." Elise's handwriting, precise, elegant, almost clinical. I took the flowers, but the air between us felt charged, brittle. "You've been acting weird all week," I said, trying to sound casual, but my voice cracked. She laughed softly, the kind of laugh that once made my heart soar. "Nonsense. Tonight is about you. Relax." I did my best to do so, but every time Elise's phone buzzed, my pulse jumped. Each time she excused herself with just a work thing. The pit in my stomach deepened. I tried rationalizing, telling myself I was overthinking, but the small, nagging doubts refused to quiet. Dinner was served, elegantly plated, with candles flickering shadows on the walls. Elise poured wine, but when our glasses met, her eyes weren't in them. They were scanning her phone behind the screen of her hand. I froze. The words she'd spoken earlier, about a surprise, echoed ominously now, tasting sour in my mouth. "Are you sure everything's okay?" I asked, trying to mask my suspicion. Elise smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. "Of course, darling. Don't ruin tonight with doubts." I wanted to believe her. I wanted to swallow my fears. But as we ate, I noticed the small, almost imperceptible signs. The way her fingers lingered on her phone, the tension in her jaw, the way she avoided my gaze when she thought I wasn't looking. My heart thumped in my chest, a mixture of hope and terror. After dessert, she stood and said, "Come with me. I want to show you the surprise." The way she took my hand felt foreign, too deliberate, too rehearsed. She led me down the hallway, past our living room, past the softly glowing kitchen. Then the door opened to our guest bedroom. And there he was. My pulse stopped. My vision tunneled. I recognized him instantly. Mark, one of Elise's business associates. He was sitting on the edge of the bed, a casual smile plastered across his face, completely at ease, as if he owned the place. "Elise." My voice was barely a whisper. Her eyes didn't flinch. She simply said, "I wanted you to find out tonight." I felt the floor drop beneath me, even though my feet hadn't moved. My chest heaved with disbelief, nausea, rage, heartbreak, all at once. The air was thick, too heavy to breathe. "Why?" I managed, the word brittle, broken. Elise looked at me like I was a stranger. "Because honestly, you deserved honesty. I've been feeling disconnected." Her voice was clinical, precise, void of any warmth. I laughed, a hollow, bitter sound that echoed in the apartment. Disconnected? After 10 years? After everything? Mark stood, awkwardly shifting, guilt flashing in his eyes for just a moment before being replaced by smug entitlement. But it was Elise's calm, almost detached confession that cut deepest. "I love you in my way. But I also need more." This was inevitable. My hands trembled. My mouth wanted to scream, to beg, to demand answers, but no words could capture the chaos roaring inside me. I felt my life, our life, shatter in slow, deliberate motion. I wanted to run, but I couldn't. Part of me was frozen, needing every second to imprint this betrayal. She had orchestrated everything. The lights, the timing, the surprise. As if my pain were part of some twisted gift. I turned toward the door, my thoughts spinning. The hallway lights flickered as if mocking me. I thought of our home, our marriage, the years of trust, laughter, and late-night talks. Everything reduced to ashes in a single moment. "Just go," Elise said, her voice oddly gentle. "Take tonight, process it." I left without another word. The sounds of laughter and clinking glasses fading behind me. Outside, the city was alive and different. I walked without direction, letting anger, disbelief, and heartbreak collide. Every thought looped back to the impossible. The woman I loved, my partner, had chosen betrayal under the guise of celebration. By the time I returned hours later, the apartment was silent. Elise had left a note on the kitchen counter. "I'm sorry. This is the best I can do." I stared at the words, each one like a knife twisting deeper. Sorry. No amount of words could mend what was broken. The promotion, the career, the achievements, they meant nothing now. The one person who should have been my anchor had become the source of my storm. And in that realization, the full weight of betrayal sank in. Love had not been enough. Trust, it seemed, was a fragile illusion. And I had been blind.